Okay, so I just wanted to address something. It's not anti-Semitism. And of course, I have somebody that came on and trolled and put that out there. You're anti-Semitic. No, I'm against any radicalized religiosity, dogmatic drama, whether it's so-called Muslim, whether it's Jewish, whether it's so-called Christianity, any of these radicalized factions that want to pose as religious organizations that have absolutely perverted the messages of peace, the messages of the prophets, etc., and they've exchanged spirituality for religiosity. So any of those. Okay, so that's not being anti-Semitic. I'm anti the dark forces, okay? If you stand for light and you're speaking out against the dark forces, they're going to troll you and say you're anti-Semitic, especially if you speak out against Zionism and all of that nonsense. That hatred parading as, being righteousness. Righteous means right thinking, right action. And when you are there and doing all the things against it, and I don't care again whether it's a so-called Christian that you find out he's doing pedophilia, or they're putting Trump on a pedestal. I saw one today, what's her name? Riley. Supposedly this Christian, I'm just so in love with Christ. I'm just, want to be to heaven. And Trump is so fabulous. Well, there you go. Okay? So that's that fake Christianity. You want to be, I'm just so honoring God. I just want to honor God. Yeah, so honoring God means putting a pedophile, a grifter, a liar, a cheat, a hater on a pedestal and saying you're such a devout Christian. Now these so-called devout Christians, if Christ came back today, they'd be the first to string him up yet again. Okay? So yeah, that's not being anti-Semitic. It's being anti the dark forces. Okay? I promote spirituality. I have a writing that I had done before. If people ask me if I am Christian, etc., if I'm Buddhist, Christian, I tell them I'm that spirituality that runs like a thread, that light that runs through the thread of all religious persuasions. Okay, I am that spirituality, and it doesn't matter whether it's Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Muslim, it doesn't matter as long as you are following the light. Well, you can't worship other gods. There aren't other gods. There's only one. I don't give a rat's ass what name you want to call it. The divine is. Okay? There's one. It's just different scenery along the way. That's it. If you're following the path of spirituality and light, I'm not talking about radicalized, those that have perverted the teachings and are basically anti-Christ, parading as Christianity, or parading as Buddhist, or parading as Muslim, or parading as Hindu. I'm not talking about the dark forces that are perverting the teachings. I'm talking about following the light and seeing the value in all religious persuasions when it's championing spirituality, when it's championing the best for mankind, when it has compassion and love. Not this perversion of love, of raping children. Okay? Now I saw one that I couldn't believe, talking about Muhammad had married a 6-year-old girl, and all of that drama. So anyway, I'm not going to get into all of that right now, but the main thing is about genuine Christianity. Many times is not found in a building. When did Christ ever go preach about being in a building? He was out among the people. Okay? He spoke against the institutionalized religiosity of the day, the Pharisees. Okay? He went and overturned the tables, money changers. Okay? This should be a house of prayer. Well, these so-called houses of prayer nowadays are just the same thing. They don't have money tables out in the courtyard. They're in the church itself. Okay? So again, this is not about saying I belong to this certain denomination or this certain spiritual path, because I've walked many of those paths with Christian, Buddhist, Hindu. I haven't walked the path of Muslim, although I was given a Quran before. But that's the one path I have not traversed myself, but the other ones I have. I have traversed them. And again, it's about being that spiritual truth, finding that light of truth that runs through all of them. No one religious path can say we have the only truth. Truth is truth no matter where you find it. Light is light no matter what persuasion it's in. Spirituality is spirituality. And again, there's only one God, no matter what name you want to call him. In the Bible, there are 144 different names of God. Doesn't mean they're all different gods, okay? There are different names of different aspects of God. Same thing in Hinduism. It's only one God, but the diversity of it is different names for each different quality, each different aspect. Okay? So I've gone a little more into talking about this than I was originally going to do. Mainly, I just wanted to say, it's not anti-Semitism when you're calling out the dark force that's parading as light. Okay? So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.